This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit betterhelp.com/double toasted and take care of you. I'm not going to really get into the plot just yet, and I will tell you why.
Can't figure it out.
I can tell you why.
I don't know what the is going on. Why you gotta call me out like that?
Hey everyone, Double Toasted Live is headed to Florida for 2 back-to-back shows. Gonna be in Miami Thursday, January 20th, and then in Orlando, Friday, January 21st. Get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com. Super VIP and VIP tickets available right now. And when you do go to get your tickets, we have a very special discount for you for a limited time only. Type in the code DT2022 when you go to x1entertainment.com and get 15% off your ticket price. Also, check out our new merch store at tpublic.com. We have new merch and new designs available right now with many more on the way. Check them out by clicking the link in the description below.
Hello.
Renee, how are you?
I am doing well. How about yourself?
So people, Renee is a fellow critic. She's at all the screenings with us. So this has pretty much become somewhat of a critics community. We see the same people at the same screenings.
How many years has it been?
Oh, over 10.
Since we brought you to talk about movies, let's talk about a show. She was going to join us after Martin and I had done our Matrix review, but that's not happening today because I jumped the gun on an embargo. I mean, crazy me. I didn't see no numbers. I didn't see no notifications. So I just said, I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it my way.
Make it convenient for you.
Exactly.
I understand.
Exactly. They didn't tell me, and then it ain't my fault. But apparently I cannot do that. So fortunately, we have much more planned today, including our spoiler talk for Spider-Man No Way Home and The Witcher, which is what we're going to get into right now. And to be more specific, The Witcher Season 2. Now, I saw The Witcher with big pretty ass Henry Cavill back in the day.
Easy on the eyes.
Easy on the eyes. And any place else you want to put them. Look at Renee over there. She blushing over there. She's like,
Hey,
Easy on the eyes, the ass, anywhere else you got. But Henry Cavill as The Witcher. Now, y'all know how these video game properties, that is correct. This is based on a video game that you have played.
And novels as well.
And novels as well. It was a series of novels before.
Then video game adaptations, then TV show.
So then does it count as a video game adaptation or a novel adaptation?
That is a great question.
Right now, they're specifically covering the books. They haven't touched on the video game stuff. So I would say it's a novel adaptation.
Okay.
So there you go, folks. Me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. You know what? That's why it's so good, right? That first season, I enjoyed. We all talked about it.
I enjoyed it.
so would I.
Did you
Absolutely.
enjoy it?
Very much so.
And Martin, did you see it?
Yes. The first season, yes, I did.
And he's like, I did not enjoy it.
I off and on. Some of it I found laughably bad.
I agree.
And then some of it was like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Well,
had some
Martin,
issues.
You had to get past some of the first stuff, and once you did, it got better.
well, Martin, you know what? I think they said, well, if Martin Thomas had problems with it, we better listen to this man and make some improvements over here. You know, we're at season 2 right now. You can say that the first season, for all the things that you might be talking about, Martin, well, those were just growing pains. You know, The Witcher was trying to discover himself. He didn't really know who he was at the time.
I get that.
Hey, we're moving to a season 2.
Now he's a grown man.
He's a grown man, hopefully got your shit together. And now, being that it's taken from the international best-selling book series, as you can see right here.
All right. We
I can
get
read
it. It's an international bestseller.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, that's on you.
That's on you. Hey, books and I might not get along, but I can read words right there. And hopefully with this second season, they went in and got into more of the lore, the history, the character development that you find in the novels that has made it such a big hit, which the series was our series 1, the first series, was already a hit anyway. That's why we have this season here right now. Now, I'm not going to really get into the plot just yet, and I will tell you why.
Can't figure it out.
I can tell you why.
I don't know what the is going on. Why you gotta call me out like that?
Because I was like, it can't just be me. Yeah. It can't just be me.
No, it's not just you, Mark. It's not just you.
I was gonna try to be smooth and shit. I was hoping to play the trailer so the trailer could tell me but I don't know what the hell is happening. Me and the Witcher, we ain't hung out for a while, man.
It's been a while.
So let's go ahead and watch the trailer. You figured out. And then we'll be back with our review of The Witcher Season 2.
We are an empire. The war.
Shit, I was like that woman in that trailer right there. I couldn't figure this shit out. Okay, you know, I tell you why this was something that was a little confusing to me. Because if I had to put it simply, I would say that this is a way more nerdy Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, it's got the budget of Game of Thrones. I mean, really, the money is there, baby. I tell you that right now. This thing is expensive.
Yep.
Expensive. They
spared
no
no
expense on this at all. For you not to make no sense.
They went to Swords R Us and bought up everything.
Oh no, they went to Gucci swords. About that real shit over there, man. No, it's got the budget of Game of Thrones. It's just got a lot more nerdy deep dives, man. We are talking about warring lands, years of history.
The plight of the elves.
The elves.
Are they expecting this to go on for 5 more seasons?
Yeah, well, apparently there's enough
Because
apparently
eventually
there.
it'll all come out. We'll know what it all means for those that haven't read or seen the comics.
Well, you know what? Here's the other thing that I can actually say about this is that, but like Game of Thrones, it's still got things to keep the casual person interested. If you ain't that nerdy, like I mentioned, it's got titties, it's got ass, and it has a lot of monsters in this.
Yep.
Every
Creature
episode, every episode ends with a boss fight. Which is why
Now it's like a video game.
that's
Yes.
why I thought it was like based on the video game. Every episode is guaranteed at least one big ass monster in it.
That's fair.
And I was like, all right, cool, man. And you know what? Or if it doesn't have it, it sets one up. They had one that was so big, they was like, shit, we don't even have time to do this. They carried to the next episode. I got to episode 8. I got to episode 6. It's 8 episodes here. So I usually get through all of these, but this weekend it was not possible for me to do that. But you know, I got as far as I could. And I think I got enough of the point here. I'm sure there's some great climax at the end that I'm missing. Some big ooh moment that's going on. But I tell you, and I think they are fully aware of what's going on here, man. With
Someone has to be.
No,
I hope so.
We're trying to keep the casuals in there because I don't know what the because they know. I think they know. Like, all right, listen, for all the people that came on the first season, y'all ain't gonna know what the hell is happening right now. So we got to keep y'all set up some kind of way. So like the first episode starts out with a man, a woman, and a horse getting massacred.
Yeah. Good cold open.
Yeah, they keep, and from that point on, all these, I will say this, if you just want to watch this as a creature feature, all these monsters are expensive. They all look amazing. He gonna be all right. He's cool.
Is it 6 episodes or 8?
It's 8 episodes.
8, okay.
That's just a scratch right there.
So he's fine. He's good.
Now, that's what I'm saying. And I might have known what was happening because I'm gonna ask you guys. Do you remember watching the first episode and the first series and being this lost?
You know, it's funny because that was one of my biggest criticisms of the first season is that it's constantly jumping back in time and then forward in time and then present. And I was so confused. And one of the things I was happy about, you know what? The creators are like, you know what? That's fair. We're going to make sure that the next season is in chronological order. And yet I'm even more confused now. I still don't really know. It's fun. It's cool to watch. I'm like, I still don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Chris, because even with the first season, I was like, I'm going to keep watching this because we're going to talk about it, but I don't know what's going on here. And some of this is ridiculous. But by the end, I was like, all right, I think I kind of know or I know enough.
Sure, exactly.
Coming into this, I know with this first episode, I was like, I don't remember where we left off, but okay, all right, I'm getting into it. And then, by episode 4, I was just like, I have no idea.
Okay, thank God.
I don't know what's happening.
Thank you.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be rooting for.
What's the overall threat?
What's the overall?
Oh, thank you so much. Because I was like, Please don't tell me this is just me.
No. That's why.
No, it's not you.
I am so relieved to hear you say that because I was like, I guess I'm just dumb. Because I'm
thinking the same. I said, look, y'all, I know I'm stupid, but I know I ain't that goddamn stupid. I was like, come on now. Because it's been a while since the first season. It's been a while, and I don't remember keeping up. And I do remember like thinking this is jumping around a lot, all over the place. But I did like the first season, and getting to this one right here, it was. Look, there ain't no catching up. If you are not a Witcher super fan, like if you haven't read all those books and you just love The Witcher to where you've been keeping up with this and watching it over and over again to where you remember every little detail, it's not going to be easy to jump back into. It really is not.
Well, that was the thing watching this one. I was like, man, this one is so steeped in its lore and its mythology that it's, slowly building, that there's just nothing interesting outside of that. And unless you are really into this world and the minutia of it, I'm like, all right.
Well, see, now that's where I think we disagree, because I might not know every detail, but I can tell that the details are there and put there with care. And it is more linear.
Yes, it is.
Which
I feel like would help it.
So, I'm sitting up here maybe it's just me trying not to look dumb, but I'm thinking like, all right, I see enough detail is there to where the care is taken into the story. If you are that deep of a fan with it, which I guess I'm not that deep of a fan, but I think there are good individual stories, subplots.
Yes.
Things that are going on.
But see, we're not that different.
Oh, okay.
We're not because I don't know if it's the first episode, I guess, when he meets his friend who's been cursed into a boar man, and I liked all that. I was like, I'm down with this.
The messed up Lovecraftian Beauty and the Beast episode.
Yes.
I like that one.
But that was a bit like it's a contained story. It's a beginning, middle, and end. You get it. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Now that's what I think so too, because I even think like they did that on purpose, because the first episode deals with Geralt, played by Henry Cavill.
Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt. See, there you go. That's why you don't understand shit, Corey. You can even say the name.
Geralt.
Gerald.
Good old Jerry.
Gerald the Witcher. Geralt, played by Henry Cavill. He goes to see a friend the first episode, and that's the episode they open up with a mysterious creature tearing up a village.
Yeah.
And the creature that he goes to see, it really is like if you got Beauty and the Beast, the creature here is like the Beast's ugly little brother.
Yeah. Why I have to get cursed too?
If my brother don't work out, I'm a prince too, goddammit. But it's like his little brother ain't gonna get shit,
Yeah.
Because the Beast is kind of hot, because he got charisma in a way.
Okay.
Because he's
keep going.
Because he's big and muscular and shit,
Yeah.
He got that deep voice, and he's like,
"Hey, how you doing? My name's Schmecky."
He's definitely a little grosser looking, I would say.
Yeah, he's a board man who's been cursed, and it's a tragic story, man. that I won't reveal, but it is a self-contained story.
Yes.
Out of all this is the one that feels like they started this out with a little mini movie, and they're going to put down a lot of history and whatnot, but if you take that aside and just concentrate on Geralt, Ciri, his adopted daughter in a way, and this friend, Nivellen, I believe his name.
Yeah, Nivellen.
Who hates his father until he throws knives at a picture of him. You will get a self-contained, fully wrapped up story, and I think that was one of the best episodes that they had.
That witches obtain children so they can feed them with magic herbs. The few who survive become witches themselves, all human feelings and reaction.
I mean, he's confused. Like, what the f*** you saying?
Henry Cavill always has that look throughout this series. No matter what's going on, it's always this and it's like the new Lurch.
He has that look in everything he does. I just feel like for me it works more with Geralt.
I just farted.
We look at him like, you farted just now. You keep
are
doing
trained
that.
out of them. They are turned into monsters to kill other monsters.
That's not going to happen to her.
But it happened to you.
The effects on that are incredible.
Well, plus the actor who plays the boar man, he really acts beyond the makeup.
No, he does. No, he really does. And I think that's pretty good because this is definitely assisted by CG.
Yes.
And so I think having CG enhancements on there probably gives the actor a little bit more freedom to actually act. And that actor's very good, man.
That's Tormund Giantsbane. I forget the actor's name, but he was from Game of Thrones. He was Jon Snow's friend.
Oh, that's him.
That's him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
What I really like about the scene is that one, it's very much like, it's like, okay, this is its own like standalone episode, but we still get a lot about the world and the lore. But it's between these two guys having a conversation, having a drinking game.
Yeah.
And so it feels natural.
Yes.
It's when we get into the higher stakes stuff where you're throwing around elf magic and the Great Hunt, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Something like this a little intimate conversation that makes it a little easier to get accustomed to the world. I think.
Yeah. And you get your creature, and the story has a really good wrap up.
Yes, it does.
It's a great wrap up, and also has a lot of different turns in their friendship throughout it. So you should definitely watch that if nothing else, man. That one's not too hard to understand. But I also think that they have some other good individual subplots. The girl who plays Ciri, and I don't know that actress's name, but I would tell you that she's a princess from another land. I got that much. Who could be a big liability, or it could be a huge asset. Anyway, being a princess, it could bring a lot of stuff down on the witches and whatnot. But when they took her away from home, she says, now I want to discover my true self without having to be pampered by the life of a princess. Girl power, y'all. She's the one that wants to go, which is not bad. That's like she wants to be a witcher. I just don't want to be somebody that's a burden on you. And I do love that she has this story that you see her training.
Yeah.
You see her trying to be a witcher, and they actually wrote it great and acted it out great in the series to where you really root for her, man.
Sure.
Agreed.
She's because she's self-motivated. She gets out there on her own to go out like through this obstacle course made for witchers, and she gets out there and gets her ass beat.
Yeah, she's no Mary Sue.
No, she suffers.
No, there goes another one.
It's one thing to get out there and be self-motivated and get your ass beat by the machine, but then to have two guys the whole time going,
Oh, quitting now, princess.
almost.
No, you got, girl. Come on, Ciri.
Yeah, man, that subplot right there. I was like, man, I'm into this. I want to see if she succeeds. She's putting so much work and determination into it. I like the character. I always like those. I love, and it's a common theme. It's a trope. It's almost a stereotype. But I love that whole thing of the princess that wants to be more. Sure. The princess that wants to prove she can hang with the dudes out there. I like that, man. So that's a weak spot for me, and I enjoyed it. I thought they did that well here. Even the elves, man. I mean, I don't want to be rude, especially in front of Renee here, but let's just break it down. The elves are the niggas of this universe. And I kind of like that they bring in this discrimination against the elves here, because they treat them bad.
Yeah,
sure.
So there goes some elves right here. But yeah, they are discriminated against heavily. They're abused. They're third-class citizens in this world. So, we can always kind of relate to seeing that. And it's just that itself comes with a lot of history.
Yes, so much baggage. Like, I can totally understand that. But when they start bringing in this lore and this mystery with them, it's like, you're not explaining this well at all to me. And I feel confused. I want to feel for you. I get it. I want to. But I'm just like, I don't know what the hell's happening with you guys.
It does come to a point where they take on a Game of Thrones feeling because the elven princess is pregnant,
right?
And with everything that's going on with these politics now, I just don't think that's going to lead to any good.
Listen, if you're pregnant in this kind of world, it's never going to end well for you. No. Don't be pregnant.
I mean, if that baby don't catch some disease or something,
or it'll be ripped from you or something, or you'll die. That's how it's going to work.
Geralt. Henry Cavill, for whatever his brooding is in here. I mean, he is physically imposing, and I do think his acting is good.
It's his best role ever.
It is, man.
Across the board. Yeah, it's his best role.
And the girl that plays Yennefer, man, who's maybe it's just me because she's fine as hell.
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
What else they have her in that dress? They're just boom all the time.
But I really found like with her story, I was the most confused.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you.
I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
She doesn't have her powers, but there's all this stuff with the politics and
Anya Chalotra is her name, and she's great. I thought I really understood her story better in the first season because she was a hunchback woman, deformed woman who ended up being this beautiful, a mage. That's just a magician for everybody else.
And they sent that guy to seduce her. And
yeah, man. So her story, I guarantee. Yeah, I guarantee. I agree with you. Not as compelling as it was last season.
And just a lot of yelling is going on.
Yeah. Well, there's parts when on the run too, and I like that, especially when she ends up with the bard.
Oh, right.
From last season.
Yeah.
Skier.
It's funny because I was watching it and I was kind of like, I don't know, man. I like this first episode. The rest of these I'm feeling kind of dry on. They're not bad, but I'm just not that interested.
Yeah.
And, as much as he annoyed me sometimes, I wish they bring the Bard back because he was interesting.
Hello!
I liked him.
Call for a song, mate.
And then he came in the 4th episode, and I was like, I'm sorry. Forget it. I said that.
Yeah, get out of here.
Get him out of here.
I didn't mind him as much. There was even a part where he pissed me off. He got somebody killed being stupid, just being egotistical. But I didn't mind him that much, man. And listen, this is geared towards completely hardcore fans if you were there for the story. Everybody else, don't worry about it. If you want to come in and watch, then you just get it for again the nudity, but also the creatures I thought were great. The production on this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Good production.
Yeah,
like the settings, the villages. The actors are good, man. I mean, you see a lot of side actors who play things like they do. They got the soldiers here who they're complete assholes and they nail it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but I guess they probably did last season too. The action is pretty good too, and it gets better as it goes along. I got the scene right here. They call them the Michelet brothers, and they come in. They're supposed to be some badasses that we had never even seen before. Brought them in and got their asses completely sliced up.
Nice scar, shithead.
5.
Unfortunately.
Wow, just shit talking.
Yeah.
Hey, 5.
That's part of the duel, man.
Take theory. I'll find you afterwards.
Trying to block the ball.
I know. I love how he's like, I don't need a sword. I'll just box. Come on.
Yeah. Busted about 3 dudes in the mouth. Like, this ain't even a fight scene.
No.
This is just a dude whipping people's asses. This dude just beating the shit out of 3 people in a parking lot.
Yeah, he just walk up and go, okay.
Yeah.
Do it to me.
This shit turned into Roadhouse. There are some things to enjoy on a basic level. There are also some really good subplots, like I said, that I enjoyed here. Again, you just got to deal with a lot of detailed history and lore going through this. For me, it was enough to where, as I continue to watch, and as somebody who wants to watch the whole series, even though I didn't get through with it, I got something out of it the more as I went along. So, yeah, I give this a matinee, man. I did like it. I liked it very much. I had a lot of fun with it.
I can say that sometimes we watch these things and I can't finish them, but I'm like, I can't wait to get back home and finish. And with this one, I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Honestly, if I wasn't watching it, I don't know if I'd be in a hurry to get back to it. But I was watching, and I have to say, when especially when he came in and watched it today, I was like, man, I told him I'm having kind of fun with this.
I'm thinking. I guess I'm enjoying it more than the first season because how it just constantly jumped around. I just didn't know where we were really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is this in the past? Is this in the present? Is this in the future? At least, okay, I kind of know where we are at least.
Yeah,
it's a chronological timeline. I get that. I really do like what they're doing with Geralt and Ciri. I mean, yes, it's something that we've definitely seen before. It's the Daniel-san and Mr. Miyagi. It's, of course, but it works. It's fun. Maybe it gets better. Maybe they start to explain more. But
I think it does.
Okay,
you start to get into more of Geralt's his brotherhood.
Sure, and I like that. I like his camaraderie with his brothers, and all of them are like specifically different. And I even like his father figure of Vasir, I believe his name is.
It really is clunky. It's
clunky. It still is clunky.
As far as allowing even people who've seen it, if you're just not that deep into it, it's very clunky to get into because it's so dense, man. Imagine walking through a forest and having like sticks just hitting you in the face every time you take a step. It's like
you might turn around and go back.
Yeah, exactly. I'm tired to get my ass beat by a tree in a bush, but this is if you can get into it, and I'll say this, you know, for those who really love The Witcher, this is good for you. This will probably be a full price because you know this world.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you know this world very well. But, you know, like I said, for me, I had a good time. I had a good time with it. So proceed with caution if you don't know the world this well. Yeah, the production doesn't pull you in by 3 or 4, then it might not be for you. If it is pulling you in, then keep going. It gets better. It gets better as it goes along.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all.
Renee, you going to have time to watch it?
Yes, I will.
She's like, you goddamn right I am.
Oh, that's right. Henry Cavill's in it.
See how handsome he is?
Yeah.
He's smoldering.
I was going to start to watch it today, but I got sidetracked. So
Hanging here with you guys, not doing what I was supposed to do.
I'm like, Renee's like, I'm not even story. What story? I'm watching this. If anybody's not watching the story, it's me. I'm just watching for Henry Cavill. That's my story. Henry Cavill. The end. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.